told that to you.
What's up, fam? Good day, good day. So this video is actually not gonna be a vlog. Something happened the other night, and I'm gonna explain it in a minute, you'll see it in a minute, and I was gonna put it into the vlog for that day, but because it ended up being so long, I decided to just make this its own video. And if you don't know, I have 7-year-old twins, and they asked me, I'm gonna explain this all in a second, but they asked me to actually watch their birth video. So stay tuned, I'm just gonna include all the rest of the footage here. I started talking about it one night, and then I did a flashback to the actual event itself. Because the comments are disabled on most of my videos nowadays, if the comments are disabled, go ahead and go to my last Instagram post and you can comment there and let me know what you think of this video. I've been doing this thing where I snuggle with different kids each night. So sometimes I'll snuggle with the twins, sometimes I'll snuggle with Landen, just like when we're going to bed, you know, like that way they get some personal one-on-one time and we just do different things. Sometimes we'll watch a video together, sometimes we'll just sit there and talk, sometimes we'll read a book, we'll do different things like that. And I think it's really good, you know, for like, you know, just bonding with them. So the other night I was hanging out with Kyson and Kaden. I think I had my YouTube homepage up. Well, not the homepage, but like my channel page up. If you've ever been to my channel page, I have different like playlists on there. So it'll have my recent uploads, and then it'll have my birth videos, and it'll have my pregnancy videos, and there's just a bunch of different playlists that I have featured on that page. It was just sitting up there, and the twins, I think it was specifically Kaden, that saw one of my birth videos, and he asked like, oh, like what is that? And so I explained it to them, and obviously my kids know what birth is because, you know, I've had a lot of kids and they've been around for it. So they like get it, and they know, like I tell them where babies come from, meaning that I don't let them think that it just comes out of your belly button. You know what I mean? Like I explain to them kind of how it goes, and they asked me to watch the video. And I was a little hesitant, but I'm really open with my kids. I'm very, very open. I'm straight up, like Lilia knows everything about her body and about women's bodies. If they have questions, I answer them in an age-appropriate, honest way, and I always have. And I always will. I want my kids to be able to talk to me when they have questions about things. They asked me if they could watch the video that they were pointing out, which happened to be Landen's birth video. And I said, yes, of course, like we can watch this. But I told them, let me explain to you first, like what you're gonna see, okay? Because I'm in pain. It's a birth video. Now, if you've seen my birth videos, you know there's not like a straight shot or anything, so I'm not gonna traumatize them to that extent. But I knew what I have posted in my videos. I knew the content that I have. I knew if there was a part that I feel like I should like skip through. I edited it obviously, so I know where those points are, and I felt comfortable with them seeing it. They were interested in it, and so I did it and I showed them. And then they asked me if I had filmed their birth, and I was like, of course I did. And they asked to see it. If anyone's seen my twin birth video, it's rough. It's a video that I tell people like in my real life, like I tell them like, don't watch that video, like you're gonna be traumatized, you're never gonna have babies. But it is their birth, and I think it's a very fascinating video. And I say that because it was a very hard labor. It was very rough. If you don't know, I had my twins completely naturally, no epidural. I had them vaginally, and one of them was breached, so the doctor actually had to manually go in there and retrieve the baby. Obviously that freaking hurt. And so when they asked that, I explained to them again what was really going on, and they were very, very, very interested in seeing it, and I decided to let them watch it. I feel like they're at an age where they understand it, they're able to understand it, and I want them to understand what it is to have a baby. And so I actually filmed their reactions to watching their own birth video. And if you guys have seen this birth video, you know it can be a little bit intense, and I have to admit that I did skip through some of the parts that I think would be like a little too traumatizing for their age level. I don't think traumatizing is the right word, but it's so hard to explain. If you have kids, especially if you have multiple kids, you know how different they can be. But Kyson is a very, very sensitive, gentle soul. And people always think because he's the husky one. He's like the tough one, the husky one, but his personality is not like that. He's actually very, very, very sensitive and reserved and kind-hearted, and I think that those are all good qualities to have, but he's definitely like one of my hardest ones to raise because he's very emotional, and so I worried more about him like seeing me like that, whereas Kaden is very I don't know how to say it. He's more of a intrigued by anything and everything that has to do with like your body and health, and like he likes to pick at things and pop things and see how things work, and he's more fascinated at like the medical side of things, I feel like. So I don't worry so much about his. So I'm gonna show you guys their reactions to watching their birth video, and you can see how different they responded to it, and I kept like pausing it to make sure that they were still okay with moving forward and continuing it, but you could tell Caden's personality is just like, he's fascinated by anything medical, whereas Kyson is more like, whoa, like he is more in tune with people's feelings and people's emotions. And it was actually really fascinating to me, and I was really surprised that they even wanted to see it. So I'm actually going to include this footage from the other night of their reactions to watching themselves be born. You know what a birth is? What happens in a birth?
Cry.
You cry. Some people do, some people don't.
Can you just do it now?
You wanna watch it?
Yeah, I wanna
Okay.
watch it.
Are you guys sure?
Yeah.
That you wanna see this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that it hurts a lot. You want me to skip the part where I'm having the baby?
Oh no.
Make sure you're done.
What is he
say-
doing?
He's checking to see if you guys are ready to come out yet. Tell me if you guys want me to stop it, okay?
Okay.
They have some of their costume makeup left over if you're wondering what that is.
You're bleeding.
Where?
You're bleeding on you right there, right?
I don't know if I was eating it.
Why did you say you're 2 weeks?
I said I'm doing it. They kept telling me, don't push. And I'm like, no, I have to push. You don't want to watch it?
I don't want to watch it.
You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. What are you feeling, Kyson?
I just want to see it.
You don't have to watch it. That's Kyson. There's Kyson.
What's that? What's that?
The umbilical cord. That's how you guys stayed alive in there.
Did he cut it off and then
Yep.
it hurt so bad?
No, it doesn't hurt when you cut it off. It doesn't hurt the baby. You can't feel it. It's like cutting your fingernails. Look at my baby Kyson.
Where's Kaden?
He's still in my belly. He's coming next.
He told me just got lower.
Yeah.
He was crying.
Yeah. Kason's crying.
The second one, it didn't hurt that much because
Actually, yours hurt worse. Yeah, you know why? Because you came out with your feet first. Yeah, remember you came out upside down. You said, hi, I'm Kaden. I'm going to come into this world upside down. You still spend most of your time upside down.
do you wish you didn't have to do this again?
That's exactly what I wish. When I had the first one, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do it again. And I was so nervous.
It's so long.
Yeah, the umbilical cord?
You have to cut it off again.
Yeah, they cut it shorter.
Because it's too long.
Right.
Like this is how long it is, and then they cut it like right here.
It's accurate. So for you, Kaden, since you were breached, the doctor actually had to go inside and grab you inside of me. He had to go in and grab you and pull you out.
It hurt so bad.
Yes, it did. But it was okay, it was worth it, because look it. I got my beautiful baby voice.
He looks great. Congratulations. Look at how you done good.
I feel breastfeeding.
You don't have to, honey. It's just, that's what women's bodies do. And you know what? It hurt, but you're not a girl, so.
Did you like wait for like a minute?
You guys were 7 minutes apart. Yes. He said, I don't want to do it again.
She just had to take it.
I'm going to fast forward it a little bit.
Is that me? That's me.
Uh-huh.
He was a doc. He was a doctor.
No. He was just watching.
Wait, what's that part?
That's my stomach, and there's blood on it because when Kyson came out, he had a little bit of blood on him.
Did he get big? Did this part get big?
Oh yeah, down there. It had to grow. It had to get big so you could come out. Yep, and then it goes back.
Like, and how much days? How big did it get?
Right away, as big as a baby's head. Yeah.
So we're squished?
Yeah, you're a little squished coming out. But it's normal. That's how babies are supposed to be born.
But what if they grab me and Kaden at the same time?
Yeah, you can't do that. There you are.
A lot of blood. Judge me first.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Look at you.
Is that bones right here?
No, it's not as bones. It's called vernix. Vernix is this white stuff that is on your body when you're born.
I didn't cry at all.
You didn't cry, and that actually scared us because when babies are born, they're supposed to cry because it means they're breathing. And you weren't crying. And so, do you see they took you right away? Mm-hmm. They had to go make you cry. Because if you don't cry, then you can't breathe. So you weren't breathing yet. And so they wanted to make sure you were breathing. And then you did.
So this is like man?
Yeah, so they took you and they took you over to the incubator. And they started patting you like this, rubbing you like this. And they took a little sucker and they sucked out all of the water that was inside of your mouth. The fluid. Yeah, and then you were okay. But now look at, see, I was in pain, but
look at blood.
But look, I'm happy. I'm happy. I was so happy because I had you guys, and you guys were healthy.
What's that? What are they putting?
They're putting a band on me that says I'm your mommy. That way I could take you home. So that way they don't get mixed up with other babies. Could you imagine if they sent me with the wrong baby?
Yeah. Did you name me first? Like, I'm gonna name this baby first and then we call me.
So that's exactly what I did. I knew which one. What they do when you have twins is they call you baby A and baby B. So the first baby that's gonna come out is the baby that's lower in your tummy, and that's baby A, and that was you. And then baby B was the second baby in your tummy. And so I said, okay, well, baby A's name is gonna be Kyson, and baby B's name is gonna be Kaden. So I always knew.
How far did they have to stick your hand?
He stuck his hand all the way up to like his elbow. Yeah. But he got you out safely, and you were healthy.
How are you healthy if you couldn't eat in your stomach?
Because you have an umbilical cord.
Okay, now can you pause it?
And the cord gives you food.
How?
Because it goes into your straight to your stomach.
How did they not cut the cord off?
They did. They cut your cord. They cut it really fast. Really fast, yeah.
Why?
Because he wasn't breathing.
Why?
So they wanted to get him to breathe. They just whisked him away.
What was he doing? Not doing this?
Yeah, look, watch, look at it. You wanna go back and see Kaden?
That's me.
There's Kaden.
You're fine. Good. Why didn't you fast?
See how you're turning a little bit blue? You know when you hold your breath and your face starts to turn colors?
Like this?
Yeah, let's not do it. I don't want to reenact it. I said yes, like that. See, but you're trying to breathe. You're opening your mouth. You're like I want to breathe. Yeah. So now let's fast forward back to where we were. Here's little Kyson. And
He's crying.
he was crying a lot.
He's crying.
Kaden's over there. Yeah, look at, there's Kyson. And there's Kaden. You guys were born 7 minutes apart, but I was in labor with you, which means that like the baby's coming, which when you have contractions and stuff. I was in labor with you for 3 weeks.
What is contraction?
Contractions?
Yeah.
It's where your stomach tightens and it's trying to like squeeze the baby out. So like your body tightens and tightens and tightens and tries to squeeze the baby out, like pop the baby out. When you start having contractions, that's how you know that the baby is coming.
Okay, let's see.
Keep watching it more.
The party was still rolling when he started coming out. She was serious when she said she needed to push. Send pictures because I've only gotten video and snaps. I can't send you videos.
Janelle had blonde hair.
She did.
Who's crying?
Everybody's crying. We're so happy. Oh, which baby? I think it's you.
No, I mean what grown up.
Oh, grown up. Granny's crying. Mimi's crying. We're all crying because we love you guys so much.
Look how much lights.
He said, look at how much light.
I think, right? Kyson, the other one probably didn't get a chance. He got squished up top, huh? Yeah, he actually pulled him up breach.
Yeah, more thumbs up or more thumbs down.
Way more thumbs up. Look at all the thumbs up. 22,000 thumbs up. Kaden, you were tiny. You were only 5 pounds.
5 pounds and 19.
11 ounces. And 19 inches long, yeah. 19 inches long. Kyson was 17 3/4 inches long.
Was I was big more than, I was bigger, right?
You were longer and you were chunkier.
Chunkier. Get chunky.
And this is what you guys used to do inside of me too. You would wrestle like this all the time. Constantly. Just like that. You're still doing it to this day. Did you guys learn some things?
Yeah. I'm not gonna big up.
Well, luckily you guys are not biologically created to have babies like that, but I'll tell you what, it was worth it. It looks like it hurts, but it was worth it for you two dorks.
And nose massage.
So after they were done watching this video, they had so many questions. I ended up turning off the camera and just like talking to them one-on-one. They were asking about C-sections, they were asking about all kinds of different things, and actually it was really fascinating to me that they, because they're only 7 years old, and they were so intrigued by everything. They had so many questions, and so of course I answered them like in an age-appropriate, honest way that I felt like they could handle individually. They're both very different, but we ended up actually going down a whole like YouTube spiral, watching informative videos about all kinds of different things. They would have a question like Kaden was asking how a baby can be born via C-section, because we got on that topic, and so I showed him that video and I showed him another video, and it was so interesting because I never would have thought that 7-year-old boys would be interested in it. Not that I thought that they wouldn't be interested in it, but like it was their request. They wanted to watch it. They were so interested in it. So we might have a future OBGYN on our hands. Kyson, I don't really think so. Kyson might go the therapist route. But I just had to share it with you guys. So anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow in our next video. Good night.